Hey UConn Nation, it's KK Arnold here. If you're looking for the latest UConn women's basketball content, go subscribe to Listen Up to Phil and Ryan. Go Huskies!
Sure. Well, listen up and ride. In this episode, we're going to preview the game that's on True TV tomorrow night, Rye, at I believe 7:30 it is. We'll have to check that while you're giving your lovely game, not recap, but your preview of this one. We'll save score predictions as always at the end of this video. Comments. Rye, very quickly, I want to shout out to all the veterans. If there's any veterans that watch this podcast, why don't you drop your comment in the section below, like, comment, and subscribe. Not only that, why don't you hit us up in the Gmail provided on this podcast, and Ryan can provide you with the email account, and we will send you a free shirt. That's right, a free shirt in the mail. So, Ryan, let me know if you hear anything from any veterans. Ryan, we appreciate them a whole lot. We love them. We support them. And thank you to all who have served on this beautiful Veterans Day.
Yeah, I second that as well on the special Veterans Day. Thank you for your service, anybody out there. But yeah, let's get into this game preview tomorrow night. UConn's second game of a four-game homestand comes against the 1-1 Loyola Chicago Ramblers. Now, when you hear Loyola Chicago, most people think of the men's basketball team and its historic run in March Madness in 2018. However, the Loyola Chicago women have never made the NCAA tournament, but through their first two games this season, freshman Alex Ann Bissett is leading and with 10 points per game. But in the offseason, the Ramblers picked up senior Alexis Mobley and junior Clara Joko in the transfer portal. This team really lacks size, which will probably be a major problem against UConn. I don't really see how they will be able to keep up with UConn's pace and speed throughout the game. I think it's going to be a long, grueling game, in my opinion, for the Ramblers. Plus, dealing with UConn's faithful, because no matter the opponent, the UConn fans will be loud there again at Gampel Pavilion. It'll probably be close to a sellout crowd. I think we might see the starters pulled in the fourth quarter for UConn, and some of the freshmen will probably see extra minutes. Hopefully, Blanca and Gandhi will come into the game. And I think Caroline Ducharme will also see an uptick in minutes. This game, it should not be close at all. The Huskies should dominate the paint. They should have no problem rebounding or getting steals. They also need to guard the three-point line and make Loyola Chicago work for their baskets. That's pretty much the only way I think the Ramblers could keep this somewhat close, is if they catch fire from three. But I think UConn can pretty much do whatever they want in this game.
All right, that was a nice take, Ryan. And I appreciate it a lot because I come to you so much. And now we love UConn, obviously, but I come to you so much. And I say, Ryan, man, I like the close games. How many times has Phil said that to you? I like the close games. But you're right. You bring out a good point because how many times, especially UConn fans, I feel like they need to hear this. Obviously, all the blowout games that they've had in their history since Gino's been there, there's always that bright spot of, hey, it's a good thing you're blowing them out. Now, obviously, it's a win, so that's number one, right? But number two is, yeah, you want to give them a freshman a quality minutes. You want to put them in the game for experience. So I like that a lot that you pointed that out. Let's go over the comments that we get down to the predictions to end this beautiful Tuesday. Very cold out, to say the least, right? Just Me said, I think UConn did not play very well, but they still won by 32 points. When they start making those easy shots, layups, and threes, they will be unbeatable. They need to continue developing good team chemistry, and the talent will dominate.
Yeah, I think it's just one game at a time, one step at a time in terms of the team chemistry. I think that's going to come along as the season goes along. But yeah, I think that's a scary thing, I think, for every opponent UConn has to play. I agree. I don't think they've played up to their highest potential. I think they can still get a lot better, and they still won by a very large margin. So I think throughout the season they'll get even better. But yeah, I think there's definitely some room to improve still.
First time I ever heard of this name, right? Kylie Finlaysian. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Kylie Finlaysian. Kylie, Miss Kylie, thank you for coming through on this podcast. First time I ever seen this face, right? We appreciate her a lot. She says, here's my prediction of who scores from most to least by beginning of March Madness. Sarah, AZ, K9, Sierra, KK, Allie, Ash, Blanca. Once Hammy heals. Jana, Carol, Fish, Jana, excuse me, Carol Fish, then up in the air on the other four. My ideal lineup would be KK, K9, AZ, Sarah, Sierra, with frequent relief of Allie, Jana, and Ash for now. The crazy thing is, Blanca and Morgan are dogs, and once healed, can impact too.
Yeah, it's very true. It's a good point. Yeah, I don't know how much impact they'll be able to make this season. Hopefully, Blanca, like I said, can get into the game at some point, and maybe tomorrow. I don't think Morgan will play this year. I think even if she's healthy towards the end of the year, I feel like it probably be in their best interest to just redshirt her for this year, so she still has 3 more years remaining with the team. But yeah, I think there's definitely going to be a lot of points scored, and I think Sarah Strong and AZ Flood will probably be the top two scorers for UConn throughout the year, and probably the rocks for UConn on offense for in terms of just leading the team and being that steady rock that, if UConn needs a basket, those will probably be the most likely two to step up in clutch situations.
I'm not too sure if I understand this or not. Maybe you can analyze this further. Robert White says, why do you guys continue to downplay KK's success and want to elevate someone else over her? Stop it. I don't think that we've ever done that, but okay, right?
Yeah, I don't think so either. But yeah, I think in terms of Kaylee Heckle is probably what they're talking about. But
Well, it's
I
true.
think
I mean, when
Kaylee.
someone breaks out, we're going to talk about everybody, not just one, right?
Yeah, and I don't really think it matters in terms of, the starting lineup. We always
No.
talk about the starting lineup a lot, but I think at the end of the day it doesn't really matter who the starting five is, because there's always going to be players that come off the bench and play for this team and get 15 to 20 minutes per game, and one of those players is Kaylee Heckle, and if KK comes off the bench, she would also get 20 minutes per game and still make the same impact that Kaylee Heckle is making. So obviously KK is a great player. She's had 2 great games so far in the starting lineup, and she's been a key player for this team through her first 2 years so far.
How about break from the herd? Ash doesn't look good. They were better with Heckle and Zabel in the game.
Yeah, I don't know if, maybe Ashland's still trying to tend to that hamstring issue. It could be that to why she's not looked too good, especially offensively through the first 2 games. So, that's what I was hinting at in the previous episode. It probably makes more sense for Kaylee Heckle to start over Ashland Shade. But like I said, I also like Kaylee Heckle so far, the first 2 games being the spark off the bench, and she's been playing really good from that spot so far.
All right, Rod. The time has come tomorrow at 7:30. Again on True TV. Loyola Ramblers at number one, Connecticut Huskies. Gampel Pavilion, the score, and who wins.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think this game's going to be close at all. It's just a total mismatch for Loyola Chicago. So I'll say UConn. I think they're going to score 100. I'll say UConn 102, Loyola Chicago 48.
Oh my goodness. All right, Rod. I will go UConn all over Loyola Chicago. Final score. I'll say the same, right? I'll go 101 to 45. 101-45. You're right. A total mismatch. And a kind of a total mismatch tomorrow night, because I will not be with you alongside of you. But I wish you all the best, partner, and I will see you for the another last check in. Good luck to you, and good luck to KK and the UConn Huskies. Phil and Rye on Listen Up.